So the sorts of people we're serving with Universal Credit Full Service is vastly ranging from people who previously have been claiming tax credits. So that's people who are in work but on a low income and need some support, and we want to help them get into more work or earn more. There are people who are unemployed and need help finding their way back to the labour market or into the labour market for the first time. There are people with a whole range of health conditions, from mental health to physical health problems, and we need to help them as far as possible be closer to the labour market, but support them if they can't get there. It also serves, though, all of our staff in the hundreds of job centres across the country and the back office staff in service centres as well. So the amount of people we're serving on Universal Credit at the moment is about 100,000. That's actually grown very slowly over the past 3 years because we've been very careful to learn as much as we possibly can with real users, but at a small scale for a long time. So towards the end of the year, that number will have tripled. By the end of next year, we will be in the millions, and at full rollout, we'll be serving 7 million. If you ask any of the 230 odd people in this team what they're here for, I'm pretty confident that they will tell you they're here to get people into work, to help people who are in vulnerable situations, to reduce the amount of fraud and error in the system, and to make the service as efficient and operable for our staff as possible.
So if I try and classify Universal Credit Full Service with some numbers, we are a business unit of about 250 people. We've been running live since about November 2014, which is when we went live in Sutton. We have written 1.2 million lines of Java, supported by another 500,000 lines of unit tests. We have released 62 times, and we have about 90 microservices running in the stack as of today. So the predominant setup in this business unit is based around the multidisciplinary team. We have between about 10 and 15 of those that are building features that basically constitute the product. Those teams are led by the product owners who pretty much decide what's going on and what the shape of the product is. Each of those teams has a business analyst in them that works with a technical team lead who design and deliver the feature. And in those teams you have the traditional Java development technologists in there. We've got the DevOps people, the infrastructure engineers, the user researchers, user experience people work with them. Towards the outside of the feature teams, there's quite a heavy support system that facilitates that agile delivery. So we wrap system integration specialists around it, we have security specialists around it, and we also have our own set of people that run and manage our local infrastructure so that we can work in an agile way. We use agile heavily in the development, design and delivery of the digital service, but we also use waterfall methodologies for more traditional types of work, such as buying infrastructure and doing system integrations.
So the culture that we're continuing to build here, it's already very strong, is one of a team. It's a team of an extraordinary range of very different people. We have developers, we have data analysts, user researchers, product owners, business analysts, I could go on. And all of those people have very different backgrounds and have come from very different cultures of their own. What we're interested in is bringing that all together so everyone feels part of the same team. What we're doing here is really hard, and there's a lot of responsibility, and it could weigh heavily. But by bringing everyone together and making them empowered to make their own choices, to deliver their work, and to be able to see it making a difference to people quickly, frequently, it means everyone feels responsible for their own progress and gets a great deal of satisfaction out of that. The most important thing about this team is that we trust the individuals in it and the teams within it to know what the right thing is to do and how to do that thing. So it is not a question of people being told what to do. It's a question of people being given the opportunity and the empowerment to do the right thing.
The physical design of the space that we work in is very important to us. We put a lot of thought, effort and time into figuring out what we wanted to optimise our activities. So the room that we're in now, you could say it's notionally a meeting room, but we know it's a design room, and you can tell that it's a design room because all the walls are writable, it's full of post-it notes, and all the furniture is movable. So there's a inherent variety of utility associated with the spaces from a design point of view. This is echoed all around this floor, across all the other design rooms. And then what you'll also see is that it's very open plan, which allows for great collaboration between different teams.
So things that make Universal Credit so special undoubtedly are the difference that you're actually making to people's lives every day, very tangibly. But there are other things that make it special. Its size is important. It means that the challenges are significant, and the amount of effort that very talented people go to solving those challenges and addressing them is very exciting. In terms of scale, it is probably equivalent to a grouping of banks in terms of its financial transactions. And in terms of the human transactions between our staff and the individuals, you could probably compare it to a number of online shopping services. All of that means that we actually have here a team of people with a scope range that is probably one of the biggest in Europe. Everything we do here, completely enabled by the way we work, is based on learning whether or not what we're putting out is achieving the things we hope it will achieve, and whether the people using the service are using it in the way we thought they would.
I think we're building a digital service that fundamentally allows the people who need the most help in society to get access to it as quickly and painlessly as possible.